This movie definitely exceeded my expectations. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashmita and I hope you all are doing well. And finally, the Telugu film Shyam Singha starring Nani released in OTT. And personally, I have been very eager to watch this film because when the movie got a theatrical release, I was not able to catch it. So this movie is finally streaming on Netflix. Lots to talk about this film. So yeah, without further ado, let's deep dive into the detailed analysis. The overall storyline and writing is split into two timelines as it was suggested in the trailers, though what I had assumed that the movie will jump between past and present timeline, but I like the fact that the makers kept it very simple in this film. The first half of the film is the current timeline and the second half of the film is majorly the past timeline. If somebody asked me the plot of the film, then in a nutshell I would say that it is an out and out love story with a little bit of an introduction given to the audience about the Devadasi system. Now this system was prevalent in the eastern parts of India and I personally was very intrigued to see how this particular Devadasi system would be depicted in the film because I had really bare minimum knowledge about it. It's just what I read in the internet in various articles. So I really was excited to see how this entire thing would be depicted and dealt with. Though my only tad bit disappointment is that it's only been dealt with in a very surface level. It is part of the storyline, it is an integral part of the storyline, but not the main focal point. But that honestly doesn't take anything away from the film because of how beautifully the main love story has been portrayed. The love story between Shyam Singha and Rosie, which is Nani and Sai Pallavi's character, it is the heart and soul of this film. In the present timeline, we see Vasu, who has given up his job to pursue his passion for filmmaking, and he needs to submit a short film to a producer in order to get funding so that he can eventually direct a big project. So the events which happen in the first half is where we get introduced to Vasu's character and his surroundings properly. When we are getting introduced to Vasu's character, as an audience it is quite enjoyable to watch because of how well it has been edited and directed. But well, in all honesty, it is all convenient writing. The quote-unquote struggle that he faces as an independent director or an independent filmmaker, well, it's not that much of a struggle, to be honest, because when you see the events that happen to him, one would think that yes, okay, things are happening very easily for him. He's not really struggling, but those scenes are just put to move the story forward, to push the story forward when we actually get to Shyam Singha Roy's character. So when I'm objectively thinking, my brain is like, okay, things are way too easy for this guy, but it does not hamper my viewing experience as an audience in any way. And I think the biggest credit for that lies in how well all of these scenes and sequences were directed. And the sequence of events which happen in the very beginning of the film, as a viewer, one might initially think that, okay, why are all these scenes happening? Because let's get into Shyam Singha Roy's character quickly. But the payoff in the climax scene is so worth it. So everything in the end works out perfectly. So overall, the writing and the storyline moves forward very smoothly in the first half of the film. But the real treasure is in the second half. The director Rahul Sankrityan absolutely won me over there. The cinematic representation of the world of Shyam Singha Roy was just perfect for me. Every little detail has been so well thought out with the music, cinematography, costume, makeup, and lastly, of course, the acting. I was so mesmerized thinking that my god, everything looks so beautiful, and that is the point where I had this regret that oh my goodness, I wish I had the opportunity to catch this film in the theaters because the experience and the feel would have been so different. I won't be giving out spoilers in this video, but I just want to say that the final scene of this film completely shattered me, completely shattered me. I was crying and honestly I couldn't think of a better ending than that scene for this movie. So this movie is overall a grand and epic love story for me. And after the movie got over, I thought to myself that this had a really good overall balance which would satisfy what we call as the mass audience, and it would also satisfy the audiences who look for nuances in the writing and the storytelling. Now talking about the technicalities of the film next, I want to start with the editing because I'm really happy with the edit of this film. Not a single dull moment for me. And as I said before that there were moments where I was very much objectively thinking about certain events that were happening in the movie, but one might think that it will take me away from the movie and distract me, but no, the way the scenes have been edited, I was completely glued to my screen. Seriously, big ups to Naveen Noli for his edit. Then coming to the cinematography by Sanu John Burgess. Literally, I want to give a standing ovation because of how beautifully he captured the world of Shyam Singha Roy. The way 70s Kolkata was picturized, the way all the songs were picturized. I mean, you can just make out and see how well thought out each and every frame was. When you get to the story of Shyam Singha Roy, every frame is literally like a painting. Then coming to one of the biggest highlights of this movie, the BGM and the music. I think Mickey Mouse just outdid himself. My favorite track has to be hands down the title track, The Rise of Shyam. I mean, the way it has been placed in the story and it becomes part of the narrative, it is sure to give you goosebumps. It is such a beautiful song. Then the song which introduces Sai Pallavi's character, freaking goosebumps, absolute goosebumps. What a beautifully sung and composed song that is. But the title track, I mean, I already loved the song so much, but when I watched it with the context of the narrative, I fell even more for it. And last but not the least, the performances. Nani has outdone himself. This is my third film of his, and a lot of you tell me that Jersey is his best movie. So I've watched Jersey, I watched V, and this is his third movie that I've watched. But I'm sorry, this was even better than Jersey. His acting as Shyam Singha Roy, his body language, dialogue delivery, everything was pitch perfect. And the way he played out Vasu's character, you would really think that these are two separate people. And might I just add, he looked absolutely adorable, saying those Bengali dialogues, little in bits and pieces. And as a Bengali myself, I had the biggest grin on my face, man. And then coming to Sai Pallavi, I was watching this film because I was excited to see Nani's portrayal of Shyam Singha Roy, but I ended up having the biggest lady crush on Sai Pallavi. The way she has acted out this character is going to leave you speechless and mesmerized, and I am not kidding you with this. And when her character gets introduced with that song, the dance moves, how graceful and beautiful she is in that song. I am telling you, I am not overstating this. She honestly looked like Ma Durga. Yeah. Rest of the supporting cast also did really well. Kriti Shetty, Madonna Sebastian, just to name a few. And I was so happy to see, Barun Chandra. He's a very revered actor in the Bengali film industry. And I was not expecting him. Even Jishu Sen Gupta, I didn't know that he was part of the film. So just seeing these two actors in a Telugu film, oh, it just made my heart so happy. Now, since this is like an epic love story, what really works for this film is the incredible chemistry between Nani and Sai Pallavi. Their moments feel so genuine and so full of love. You are bound to fall in love with this couple. So overall, a very entertaining film, and honestly, it exceeded my expectations because I was anyway expecting it to be a good film. But it really made me happy, specifically the second half. I know a lot of you will tell me no, the first half is also important, but it's the story of Shyam Singha Roy. It's the chemistry between Sai Pallavi and Nani that is the pillar and the strength of this film. So yes, with that, I will end my review video here, sharing your thoughts about this film. If you have watched it on Netflix or if you watched it before only, I would definitely want to know your opinions, what you liked and what you did not like about this movie. And yes, with that, I will end the video here. I hope you've enjoyed watching this review and have come till the end. And yep, signing off now and see you soon on my next one. Bye.